Welcome to my channel. My name is Shoshana, and I want to talk about today about releasing the need for others to understand during the spiritual awakening. So, as we are going along our journey, our spiritual awakening journey, the things that we through are so deep, and they move every single aspect of us within. And a lot of times, we are searching for outside validation or approval or a sign outside of us to say, yeah, this is true, because sometimes it's so overwhelming what we're going through, and it seems like our whole reality is warping. Everything is just, it becomes this very mystical, and it seems like everything in us is changing. And a lot of times we start going to our regular support system, the people that have always been there for us, the people that are closest to us, the people that we love and that love us. And we want for them to understand what we're going through, because it's so enormous, the changes that we're going through, and life changing. And um, we are overcoming aspects of ourselves and growing, and it's exciting, and and sometimes it's completely overwhelming, like detrimental. We are losing pieces of ourselves. We go into the dark night of the soul, and a lot of times the people outside of us can't really understand or grasp what the big deal is. Even the words seem to even fall short of what it is that we're going through. So sometimes, even when we try to explain what we're going through, if there's an energy to it, or a vibration to it, if the other person is hasn't been there themselves, or hasn't experienced that, then there is no way for them to understand. And a lot of times we can get stuck on, especially in the beginning, because as we progress through this, we more and more trust our own intuition, and realize that those outside of us just can't get it. They just don't understand. And it's like it starts feeling almost like you're throwing when you're trying to explain to somebody something that is so divine, and to the depths of your very core of your being, and connected to the all, to God, to your own inner God essence, and you have to keep on trying to explain it, and they're fighting against or pushing against what you're saying. At some point, you don't even want to go there, because there is no point in it. Just like the video that I did before, that when we isolate ourselves, why we isolate ourselves during spiritual awakening is because sometimes it becomes more of an interference. And we have to lose the need for others to understand or to validate what we're going through. And as we lose the need, you'll start seeing that this is something that goes hand in hand with our own belief in ourselves, and our own belief in the divine, our own belief in a higher um, um, intelligence, divine intelligence that is guiding all of this. And as you start rising more and more into yourself, and you're more empowered, and your belief grows, the more you are understanding of yourself, the less you need that outer validation, the less you need for others to understand, especially during the beginning of this, because it's so overwhelming when we're grasping outside of us and looking for that outer validation, or the people in our lives that are around us to understand, so that they can be with us, so that they can experience it with us, or understand what we're going through. Or even the people that are closest to us, our spouses, our children, our parents, don't get it. And when they don't get it, they try to hold you in place. They try to hold you backwards. They want you to go back to who you were before all of this started, before you started expanding, because it's scary for them. First of all, they don't understand. They can't get it. Somebody who has not gone through this and has not experienced that awakening cannot understand the depths of this. And they don't understand why you can't just go back to how you were, why you can't be satisfied with what satisfied you prior to your awakening. And when we continuously try to explain to someone or try to um, have somebody understand something that they are incapable of understanding, not only are they incapable, many times they don't want to understand it because it's too expanded, it's too open for them, it's looking directly in the light. It for everybody that is, even people that are in their own spiritual awakening, it is an individual process. Each and every one of this of us are going through their own our own individual aspects of ourselves. That we may be able to find templates, that are the same, and that's a lot of what I talk about on this channel, are the templates that we go through. But the individual experiences and the things that we're overcoming, our each and every one of us is individual experience, and we have our own individual gifts that we are opening. We have our own individual traumas that we are going through. We have our own individual personalities and life experiences and things that we were taught, conditioning. Everything that has formed who we are is unique and individual to every single one of us. So there is, when we get to the very depths, that intricate lace, that inner gush, that all the way in the middle, in the center, at the core of our very being, where our life light is, where the pure essence of ourselves is. No one else can be there with us. No one else can understand exactly what it is. And no one else has the answers for us. And if we are waiting for somebody outside of us to understand something that they can't understand, then we are, first of all, tainting our own uh, process with outer opinions, which aren't relevant to us whatsoever. And we are also stopping the progression from happening, because when it's also frustrating, and we're also getting stuck in place, because if we're stuck somewhere, we need this outer person to give us validation, or to understand what we're going through. But I just need you to understand, but I want you to validate, but I want you to understand, but I need you to know that I'm okay, because of, you're getting stuck in that one place. This spiritual awakening is happening so fast, and especially now with the energetic movements on the planet, we are spiraling, and it is happening so fast now that if we start getting stuck, we're missing out. We're missing that expansion, the expansion, because the expansion is happening in every moment, in every moment, in every moment. And just the need for us to have that outside validation from somebody else, the outside understanding. It's nice if somebody outside of us understands and believes in us and supports us in our way, but it is not something that is um, like a must or have to. It's nice. It's the feeling that you are being held, and that there's somebody there for you in companionship, and that somebody understands where you're at, and accepts you for who you are, and the love that you feel. It's really nice. But during this, as we're rising into ourselves, the inner power that we are receiving, it, is individual. And the further along we get, the more we are in belief and understanding of what this process is. See, the need for somebody else's validation is an insecurity. It's, I don't believe in what I'm going through truly. And so I need somebody else to be able to see it, to validate it for me so that they can see that it's true, so that I have that confirmation. And the further you get along on this spiritual awakening, the less confirmation you need from outside sources, because you confirm it for yourself. It cannot be other than that, because you see it. It's absolute. It's astonishing. It's magnificent. And and when the further you get along on this, the more you progress, the stronger your faith and your belief in the divine, the stronger your faith, you're able to hold that faith and the belief in your process, and you're able to hold that. There could be an army of thousands telling you otherwise, and your internal knowing you stand strong. And where you have truth, where you are straight, and where you are straight with yourself, one can stand. Uh, I don't want to use the word against, but I don't have another word here. I know that there's um, my English is simple. So, where you can stand, when you're standing in the light and you're standing in that divine knowing, and you're standing in your truth and in your inner truth, and connected to your divine source, which is connected to the divine, then it doesn't matter what thousands can say. The consensus, and going through the spiritual awakening, we do realize that we are on the outskirts of the consensus, because we can't go back into the matrix, the into the mainstream thinking anymore. We're creating a new mainstream thinking, and this new way of thinking, it's not even a new way, it's the original way of thinking, right? Because we are pulling ourselves into this higher truth and this higher consciousness, this place where we understand that what the taste of life is, what true satisfaction is, rather than running after cheap satisfactions, or running after the shallow satisfactions, because sometimes you have to really sit in that bitter, right? Because there's a word here, or a saying, where you're tempted to run after things that are going to give you immediate gratification. That's what it is. And so as you progress, the immediate gratifications quit pulling you. It's like if you are, it's like candy, or a meal that is a fully rounded spinach based meal that nourishes your body. So the immediate gratification would be going after candy. It gives you a little boost of energy. It's sweet. It tastes good. It gives you that really quick satisfaction. But then afterwards, you feel kind of yucky, like ugh. Ugh, the sugar rush, and then and you feel that it's not good for you. Whereas when you take the time and you make a nice meal that is fully rounded with everything that nourishes your body, and you go for the prolonged gratification, you go after what's really good for you. Or it could be with also sexual gratification, right? You're drawn to like the quick fix of a sexual gratification of a one night stand, but then you wake up in the morning and you feel filthy and you feel like ugh, and it's taking the place of holding out for that full relationship that is all encompassing, with the love and the passion and the compassion and the connection. And so it's like the difference between cheap gratification and something that is completely fulfilling. So as we progress along on this, I got lost in that a little bit. I got a little bit lost in that, so I don't know what the point I was making was there, but that felt nice. That was a good one. So as we go along on this, um, okay, bringing it back, it's the need for others to understand or need for others' validation. So as we progress and we lose the need for others to give us the approval, because what is another's approval over my approval? It's putting somebody else's opinion who does not existing within me, who has not been through all of the experiences and traumas and understandings that I have, my unique makeup of what I am, and it's putting somebody else's opinion over my own opinion when I am the only one inside of this avatar who has all of this. I am the only opinion that really matters and is relevant to me. And so if I'm putting somebody else's opinion over mine, their validation to give me acceptance, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Is that they have no way of knowing completely and feeling what's going on inside of me. It is also saying that I'm not divine. I'm not worthy or not capable of making my own decisions and trusting myself to make my own decisions. So I need this other person's validation or opinion uh, in my life to give me validation. And it's kind of like not trusting in my own divinity as well. It's kind of like saying, okay, my opinion doesn't matter. I need this other person's validation for it. And not only that, this other person is going through their own gunk and themselves. And it might be nice to get other perspective and understanding and to be able to see another perspective that maybe I can't see within myself, but the only one that can make the decisions for me and the only person that I need the validation from truly to be a completely standalone, divine, strong being is my own. I am divinely connected to God, to the all, just like every other person here. I can validate myself. And if I am waiting for somebody outside of me that is not ready to validate, because a lot of times, without them even knowing, they may think they have my best interest at their heart, but a lot of times they're afraid and they don't want to lose you, and they have their own personal gains and losses in their system and their own beliefs in their own system, and they are not truly seeing what's best for me, because maybe what's best for me would be rising in the spiritual awakening, and maybe I'll leave them behind. And so a lot of times also, if they can't see from where they stand what I can see from where I stand, they can't validate what I'm going through anyway. So if I'm holding myself in place, waiting for that person to see me, validate me, I'm prolonging my own journey. I am not only that, I am I am disrespecting myself. And when I disrespect myself in that way, it's like my opinion doesn't matter. I need your validation. It's giving my power to this other person. And this other person, whether they pick up on it consciously or subconsciously, then they feel like you are weak and like they have to control you or have to give you that validation or not give you that validation. So it's like giving away your own power. And during the spiritual awakening, you'll see, as we are spiraling and as we are rising and as we are overcoming and as we are working through ourselves, and the more that it goes hand in hand, the more we believe, the more we understand, the more we self-validate, the less and less we need that outer validation. And it could be that every single person in your life is standing there telling you that, no, you're wrong. You need to stay in place. You need to do this. You need to do that. You have to do this. But, but just go back to how you were. Why can't you just be like you were? And that's a big one. And you'll also hear, everybody says that you're wrong, so who's wrong, you or everybody? And when you come to a place that you divinely know and divinely see that you see your path, and you see how far you've come, and you self-validate, and your belief is so strong in your path and in yourself and in the divine and in that connection, that it doesn't matter what an army will say, you stand tall in your own belief. So you have to lose the need for others to understand. You have to lose the need to make others understand and to see you. And you can still love the people in your life regardless. You can just have that pure love for them and compassion for them, and understanding that they're on their own journey, and they're doing the best that they can as well, and that's all you can do is be your best self and bring your true self forward. And you get to tell the world who you are, and the world accepts. I mean, there's not, what else are they going to do? Right? What else are you going to do other than be yourself? You're being yourself, whether you're being yourself weak or being yourself strong. You're being yourself. That's all you can be, right? You are always yourself. Underneath all the layers, this whole spiritual awakening is just removing all the false beliefs and then allowing your true self to shine through. That's all it is. So you are always you, whether it's you with a whole bunch of masks plastered on you and a whole bunch of behaviors twisted around, or it's you shining bright and owning it, and being the most authentic, beautiful version of yourself that you can be. Just being your pure God essence, and undeniable, unapologetic self, being your true, authentic, unapologetic self. I, there, there is nothing to prove other than just you. There's nothing to prove. There's no force in it. There's no hiding in it. It's just is. It is what is. And so be in your full, beautiful, divine, individual expression of what you are, who you are, the God essence flowing through you, your natural born talents, the way that you are, the way that you speak, the way that your body moves as you are being you. It's all divine, it's all individual, and it's the only one that ever was and that ever will be. So just let it all hang loose, and lose the need for others to understand. It's nice, you can explain yourself, but if they're not getting it, then it's not for you to force, and it's not for you to decide. Every single person is responsible for their own selves, and whether they get it or they don't get it, don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck, because it's you that are the one having your life experience. And if you start getting stuck, then it's you paying the price as well. So not only are they not going to understand, try to talk you out of things that they can't see for themselves, especially if you're asking them for their opinion, we're wanting them to see something that they can't see. So they're also going to be fighting for their opinion. So it's like, when you let go of the need for others to understand, it's a win-win situation. You win yourself, you win your own respect, you win the progress on your spiritual awakening, you win your individuality and your independence, and you win your self gratification and self satisfying validation, and your own pride in self, your own self confidence. And so I am sending you guys so much love. I hope that this was helpful, and just be you. Just dare to do it. Just pull yourself out of your comfort zone. Just do it. And I'm sending you guys so much love. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, my contact information is below. You can schedule a session with me, where we can go in and kind of look at what you're going through and get some perspective and some inspiration. And I'll just show you where I'm at. I'm in the valley. I just turned around for a sec. So I found myself this nice little ledge right here. I'm sitting right under this cliff. It goes up right across from that pillar over there. You see there's a rock pillar. And there's a little bit of sun today. It's a really nice day out. I'll walk down here. That goes down the valley. I love this. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for being with me here. And until next time.